Hi, welcome to Perry High School. I'm Mrs. Woodworth.
And I am Mrs. Cagle.
And we are super excited for you to be here with us today. Today, in our special report, we will bring you an investigative look at high school registration. What do I need to know? What and when and which courses do I take? How do I sign up for these classes? These questions and more will be covered over the next 30-minute program.
One of the most important questions to think about is, what do I need to graduate? Well, the simple answer is 22 credits. The process is a little more difficult, especially if you have no idea what a credit is.
Very true, Mrs. Cagle. So let's use something we can all understand. Money. I think we all understand money. Think of your credits in terms of dollars. Each credit is worth, or each half credit is worth 50 cents, so a full credit is going to be worth $1.
Right, and in 4 years, you must earn $22. So your freshman year, sophomore, and junior year are each worth $6. How much does that leave for your senior year?
Oh, great, Mrs. Cagle, math skills. So 22, 4, is that right?
That is correct.
All right. So 4 classes my senior year, just 6 my freshman year, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And I'll earn $1 for each class that I take my freshman year.
Yes, but you'll only earn 50 cents per semester. First and second quarter together is your first semester. Third and fourth quarter together is your second semester. So after first semester, you've passed all 6 classes, you've earned $3, and in May, you'll earn 3 more for a grand total of 6 credits.
Excellent. So if I show up, I earn the money, I earn the credits, right?
Not exactly. You need to pass each one of your classes first.
Oh, good point. Now, what if I'm an overachiever? Can I, say, earn more credits?
Absolutely. You definitely could take more than the 6 credits that are needed, both are for all 3 of your first years, 9th, 10th, and 11th grade.
Fantastic. I like maybe possibly earning more. So, there are 2 types of classes that will make up this 22 required credits. And those are the required courses and your elective courses.
The required courses are those that the state and the district mandate. Sorry, no getting around those. Those are the courses, your English, your math, your science, and your social studies. But then you have your electives. Those are the classes that you elect or choose to take.
So here's a crash course. Ready? We have 2 plans for you to consider. The Graduate from Perry High School plan. This is the plan for those that plan to go to a community college or a tech school or possibly the military. And then the I plan to go straight to a 4-year university plan. The good thing is no matter which plan you choose, the required coursework is going to stay the same. And that is as follows. Everyone will have 4 credits or dollars of both math and English. You'll have 3 credits of science and social studies, 1 credit of PE, a semester or 50 cents of health during your sophomore year, and 1 credit of a fine art or CTE. Once you do the math, you'll see that equals $16.50 worth of required courses. This leaves you $5.50 to spend how you'd like, and these are your electives.
Now, elective choices are a lot of fun. We have many, many electives on our campus. We have CTE courses and fine arts courses. They range from design fashion to sculpture to beginning photography to band and choir. Many, many choices you'll find here on campus. Something will interest you.
So many choices in so little time. Mrs. Cagle, you said CTE and fine arts. Can you explain that a little, the difference between the 2? Because they have to have one credit in one of those 2 areas. So what's the difference between a CTE and a fine art?
That's a really big question we get a lot. The fine art's going to be more of your creative juices. That's going to be your band, your choir, your sculpture, photography, beginning and intro to drawing. Those are your creative genres. Then you've got the CTE, career technical education, such as multimedia film, who's putting on this lovely production today. Also, we have design fashion, culinary arts. Those CTE classes are the ones that have a program of study that you can actually follow into a community college or into college if you choose so.
That's good to know. So another question that we get a lot is, do they have to take a foreign language while in high school?
That is one we get a lot. You don't. There is no foreign language requirement to graduate high school. If, however, you are on that plan to go straight to a 4-year university, you do need to take 2 years of the same foreign language. 8th graders, for those of you that are taking Spanish 1 right now and are doing really well, you have the option of starting in Spanish 2 as a freshman. If you do well in that class, you have met your 2-year requirement for in-state universities.
Gracias.
De nada.
Danke. Merci. We try here. All right, so the other thing you need to consider is how are you going to get your PE credit? Most students take this their freshman year in the form of Introduction to PE. However, there are other choices that can be taken for your PE course. These include dance, athletic locker, pom and cheer, marching band, winter color guard, and JROTC. So lots of these. You'll also notice that dance is listed as a fine art. So it can be used as a PE credit and then also repeated for credit, which means if you take 2 years of dance, 1 year will be for your PE credit and the other will count for your fine arts. For those of you who plan to play football, first hour weights is an option and will also count as your PE credit. So Mrs. Cagle, I know I mentioned a couple other things there. Can you tell us a little bit about the credits with JROTC, marching band, and winter and color guard?
Absolutely. So if you know that PE just is not your thing, but you still need to have that PE requirement, you can use JROTC for 3 semesters, band for 3 semesters, or color guard, winter guard for 3 semesters to count for your PE credit. So if you take 3 semesters of any one of those, you'll have earned your PE credit.
It's kind of crazy.
A little bit, but take that deep breath. Seems a little overwhelming. You're going to get through it.
Perfect. And we do make it easy on you your first year. So freshman year, it's pretty simple. You all are going to take the following: English, math, science, and social studies. Like we said before, most students take PE, so that really leaves you just one elective choice. And while it seems simple, I know some of your heads are spinning. So if you have specific questions about this, just jot them down and we'll answer them at the end. Just keep in mind when planning that every class you take is worth something as long as you pass.
Absolutely. So now we've kind of got the registration questions out of there, but are you all wondering what's high school going to be like? Here are some basic answers to that.
Probably the most difficult thing for students to get used to when they come to Perry High School is our start time. We start at 7:25 in the morning. So while that might be difficult for some of you, we do get out early at 2:15, but that 7:25 start time is kind of a killer. So enjoy your last 2 quarters of sleeping in.
Yes. So for those of you who are thinking, well, I'm an absolute morning person, and you want to get up even earlier, we have what's called 0 hour, okay? 0 hour starts at 6:30. That means,
dark 100.
Yeah, you are in your seat by 6:30 in the morning. Now, thing with that, there's no transportation provided, so you'll have to be getting a family member to get you here for 6:30. Reasons why you would want to take a 0 hour class: if you are going to have seminary in your schedule, you need to be here for 6 credit-bearing courses, and so you'll need to have a 0 hour. If you're taking the ROTC, band, or winter color guard, you would need to be here for 0 hour. Or maybe you are just so excited by all of the elective choices, you want to get as many as you can be here for 0 hour as well.
For those of you that want to get a head start on high school, you can do that once you finish your 8th grade coursework. So you can take courses online and in summer school. Students who do this are typically looking to get ahead in math, which we'll talk about in a minute, or want to get their PE credits started before starting their actual coursework here at Perry. If this is something you're interested in doing, make sure to talk with us or your counselor about your options and how to get started on that process.
Great. Now, something we mentioned earlier. There are some things that you just can't register for, and those are AVID and STEM. Those 2 programs you actually need to fill out an application for, and it's not guaranteed admittance. For pom and cheer, you have to have a tryout for that, and it'll be summer tryouts. Information about that will go home in the spring, or you can be checking our website as well. And then there's student government, a great way to get involved with your high school. But those, we don't even have the candidacy run in elections until you actually start your freshman year.
Right.
So if you earn an office, you'll just replace the elective you have with student government.
Perfect. As you start to choose your courses, there are 2 options for you here at Perry. We have on-level courses and honors courses. Our honors courses are weighted and give students the opportunity to earn a higher grade point average, and they're also more rigorous and typically move at a quicker pace. Than their on-level counterparts. In order to register for these, anyone can take them, but you must have a teacher approval, and we'll show you how to do that on the form here in a moment. Do know that our English and our geometry honors courses have summer projects. Information on this will go to your teachers in early May, or you can check our Perry calendar Around May, if you look under information for students, there'll be an honors tab and it'll have the assignments there for you. If you have any questions about honors courses offered at Perry, plan to attend our 8th grade parent night in January and we'll answer all your questions.
Excellent. So now we're talking about math. Now for those of you that are in 8th grade math, your math option is Algebra 1. That's excellent, that's on-level math. For those of you that are currently taking Algebra 1, then you have the ability to take honors geometry next year. So let's say you start at the higher level, the honors geometry math, and then sophomore year you realize, I think I'm done with honors. I'm gonna go back to that Algebra 1. No can do. Whatever level of math you start with, you can only go up in levels, you can never go back. So really make an informed decision on where you're gonna start for your math level. Are you gonna go with the honors? Or are you going to start with the on-level? Either way, you're going to do a great job. Just make sure you get your questions answered.
And know that it is okay. It is okay to repeat that English or that Algebra 1 class again. It's totally fine, and no one cares. We just want you to be successful here at Perry High School.
Yes.
So there you have it in a very small nutshell. We know this is a ton of information and that you probably have a lot of questions. And if you do, please make sure you ask. Your teachers and junior high counselors are your first and most valuable resource. You also have the handouts that we'll be giving you today along with the course catalog to help guide you in choosing your courses. And you can always contact us here at Perry High School. After the break, we'll begin filling out the registration form. We hope you're ready to join us. Woohoo! Welcome back. So here we go. Each of you should have a registration form. If you are planning to apply for the STEM program, yours will be the goldenrod color. The rest of you will be filling out the pink form like we have in front of us and that you'll see behind us. What we're going to ask today, like the most important rule, is that you follow along with what we're doing and please don't work ahead. It will actually put you behind because you may end up with questions that we plan to go over when we get to that section of the registration form. So make sure you stay with us. Also, please use pencil. If you're anything like me, you will change your mind multiple times and it's much easier to do so if you are using pencil. So Ms. Cagle, let's go.
All right, it seems so basic, but it's so true. Please write legibly. We are human, and we're the ones that actually enter all of this amazing information for registration. So please make sure your first and last name are written legibly, and you write your full student ID. There may be more than one of you with the same name, and we really want to make sure we get the correct one. So please write neatly your first, last name, and your student ID.
This is going to be pretty simple, so here we go. English, that's what we're going to start with, line number 1. If you take a look there, you have 2 choices. Are you going to take on-level English 9? If so, circle that on the left-hand side of the paper. If you plan to take honors English 9, you'll circle that. Just remember where you see the TI over in the right column, that is where you're going to have your current English teacher initial that truly you are ready for honors English here at Perry High School.
Excellent. All right, for your world history, you either have the on-level or the honors option. So make the choice there. And if you're not in social studies now, you could actually go to your English teacher and get their recommendation if they feel that you can handle that coursework. It just kind of gives a little credence to what you're saying that you're ready to take that honors level work. So either on-level, honors, and then a teacher initial to back that up.
Fantastic. Investigative science. So moving down to number 3 with science. Most of you will take investigative science if you are taking the on-level version of science. Those of you that want to take the honors version will circle honors biology. However, you'll see that underneath that in bold, it says you must be taking honors geometry. So if you plan to take honors bio, and you're circling that, do know that you must have already had honors geometry or concurrently taking honors geometry next year as a freshman. That will also have a teacher signature.
Yes.
Yes, teacher signature.
All right, number 4, that's your math option. Again, if you're currently in 8th grade math and don't plan on doing any summer school to get ahead, then Algebra 1 is your one and only math option. If you are currently in Algebra 1 and wish to go to the honors level, it will be honors geometry. And again, by having that honors geometry, you're eligible to take honors biology, but you're not required to. If you're currently taking geometry, then you can take the next level class. Okay, so either Algebra 1 or honors geometry for most of you at this time.
Going quickly, hopefully we're all together. So now we're looking at PE. And if you're planning to take PE as one of your electives, your choices are going to be boys PE or girls PE. So you can circle one of those two. Remember the options though. So if you want to take dance in place of girls PE or boys PE, circle that. If you would like to take football locker, do know that our freshman football team practices in the morning and during first hour. And so if you plan to play on the team, you can take that course. And so you would circle the football PE for your PE elective.
Excellent. So what if you're one of those students who are just not a PE person? You can cross that out altogether. That doesn't mean you're done and never have to take it. But if you do plan on taking marching band, ROTC, or color winter guard, that can count as your PE credit. You will, however, have to take 3 semesters of it. So that means 1 full year and then a semester of your second year in order to fulfill that. If you are planning not taking any type of PE your freshman year, you can just cross out number 5 completely. A little recap. You have your 4 core classes that you should have selected. And then if you do plan on taking that PE credit, which way do you plan on taking it?
Great. So we're halfway done, and you guys are doing a great job. Thanks for following along. If you look at the bottom, this is where you get to kind of play and have some fun. This is your elective credits. Every single one of you must have 6 classes. So going back to what we talked about before, you must have the 6. So on the 6th line there, you're going to choose from the list on the back of this sheet from the different electives. You're going to choose one there to place. Now, if it's a full year, you're just going to draw a line straight across. You'll put the course name and number and draw a line straight across. If it's 1 semester, know that you're going to need to pick fill both semesters with a course. If you're not sure, when you look at the back of your handout, it will tell you whether it's a semester or it's a full year course. If you are not taking the PE, that is again where you will put your other elective or the marching band that might be counting there. So, Ms. Cagle, what's going on with the A, B, and C down there?
Well, number 6 is your absolute top choice for your first elective. A, B, and C, those are your backups. Please fill in the backups. You don't want us picking your electives, okay? So give us an idea of where your interests lie, because we're going to tell you, we love you freshmen, we're excited you're coming, but you're not going to have first priority over those electives. So you want to make sure that we find one of your interests. May not be your first choice, but please fill in A, B, and C so we can absolutely make the best decision for your interests.
Fantastic. And again, remember, if you're choosing semester-long courses, you write each one in. If it's a full year course, you're just drawing the line straight across. When you look down at the bottom, you'll see 0 hour optional except for seminary students. And Mrs. Cagle explained this a little earlier to you, that if you are in seminary, you have to be taking a 0 hour. So all of you that plan to take that for seminary purposes, or if you are just wanting to get an extra elective in next year, you're going to check yes in the box that says you are interested in a 0 hour. And then notice, underlined and starred, you must sign up for 7 classes. So at the top, 1 through 6 plus the letter A selection must be filled out, and those must be the classes that you want to take. Then B and C will become your alternates. So,
absolutely. So should they just fill it out really quickly now and hand it to us?
Probably not.
Probably not.
There's probably something more important that you should do, which is have your parents' signature. This is a really important step. High school is a whole new ballgame for you, and there's a lot of things that you should talk to your parents about. So we want to make sure that that conversation happens. So we will need you to sign this, and we need your parents' signature as well. And don't just hand this to them and say, here, sign these. These are the courses that I plan to take, Mom and Dad. But maybe talk to them about their high school experience and get an idea of what you're in for and what the possibilities are out there, and kind of make this a mutual decision between you and your parents.
You know, your parents, they've been there, they've done that, so get their input. Maybe even take out the old pictures and see what kind of hairdos they had. That could be a fun conversation. But make it fun, but get their input. They're there, they know you best. They're going to want to share this with you.
Fantastic. I know you might have some more questions, so we are getting ready to wrap up, but we will be back to pick these up, and we'll go over all of those dates with you. But that was kind of registration in a snap.
Absolutely.
Went pretty well.
You were awesome.
We are super excited about having you come to Perry High School. We cannot say that enough. Please remember to use your handouts provided to you and your most valuable resources, which is your 8th grade counselor and your current teachers. They are a wealth of knowledge. On behalf of Perry High School Counseling Department, our staff and administration, and our students, welcome to Puma Nation.